What's going on, guys? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're back at the Colorado location at Hygger Aquatics with another awesome equipment video for you guys. So a big thanks to Hygger and AQQA for sending us their new Hygger planted 24/7 aquarium LED light, which is also extendable, so it can be for multiple tank ranges. As we talked about before, we do have some Hygger lights already, but this one is, I keep saying it's new, I'm not actually sure when this came out, but it's new to us, so we're going to call it the new one. So we have the old one up here, and this is the new one, and we're going to be comparing this new light to our old Hygger light and our grow lights, and kind of giving it a review and an unboxing. So before we get into it, this is a cool feature, 24/7, and we're going to go over that. I'm interested, I want to test it. So yeah, let's get this thing open and see what it comes with. Alright, so let's take a look here. Right off the bat, I can tell this is a lot wider than the Hygger lights we currently have. Looks like it came in nice and intact. Let's put the camera down for a second and get it. Alright, so I can tell it's a lot wider than the other ones, probably like 1.5 times as big, and instead of having 3 LEDs across, it looks like it has 5. It looks like it has more LEDs, which is always good. Maybe that's more options. Looks good, looks wide. I think that'll solve some issues. For instance, whenever we are using aquarium glass, if your light is not high enough or wide enough, this black bar becomes an issue and it'll create shadows in your tank. So this wider light may solve that issue if you use aquarium lids for you. And again, as we said it before, but it is the Hygger planted 24/7 aquarium extendable LED light. So if you are interested in this light and want to know the exact specs on it, definitely check out the Hygger and AQQA website. They have a new website that's just come out with all of their products combined on there. Stuff we've never even heard of before. Really cool things. And that is petnannystore.com. You can use code Bishop Aquatics at their store and get anything in their store 20% off. Guys, that's crazy. Check it out. Alright, so let's get this light plugged in and we'll test it out. Okay, so it's about hand's width. It's probably about twice as big as these old ones. For little ones. And a little bit shorter. So a little bit shorter and a lot wider. Alright guys, we've plugged it in. And it's on default settings. I haven't adjusted anything. This is how it'll look when you plug it in. And I can immediately tell when looking at the LEDs that they have added green, because if we look at the ones above it, it's just white, blue, and red. That's alright, that's on like super high. So they've added colors for the full RGB spectrum, and we are going to have some fun testing that. So let's go ahead and turn it up a little bit. Alright, looks like that's the lowest, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the high, so it's 5 up, 5 down. It's really good looking, completely different colors than we just had a minute ago. And we're going to take a look at that as well, because there's a lot going on with the color temperature and the color range behind the scenes that we can't see with our eye, but the camera can pick up and I can show you in editing. Alright, we took the aquarium lid off because it was just, I wanted to get this undiluted or uninterfered with, just how it interacted with the water compared to the previous light. And this looks really good, guys. Really, really good. As you'll see, the hertz is in line with what cameras. It's more of a friendly hertz frequency of the light, and it's not causing the ripple effect anymore. in the video. That's what was causing that, was the footage was capturing light at a different frequency than light was being output, and it was creating that distortion. So we're going to play with some of the settings here in just a minute and show you what this light is capable of. This is the full spectrum mode, which looks really good. Alright, most of the other lights have turned off for the night, so we're not getting a lot of glare. And we can see how, I mean, besides the tank being a little dirty, you can see how clear everything looks with this light. And it really doesn't, to the human eye at least, have a tinge. So this is the full spectrum mode. And here, bear with me here while I reach over. We can actually change what light mode it uses. Because it's RGB, we can go through all kinds of color spectrums. So this is red, blue, green, and we're going to go into mixtures. I believe this could be purple or orange, I'm not sure. I'm not the best with colors. No, this is orange, that was purple. Even I can figure that out. We got cyan. Orange, yeah, that's definitely orange. Or yellow, no, that's yellow. Whoa, no, actually this is a rotation of all the colors, okay. See, we're learning things together, guys. And back to full spectrum. Pretty cool. So what else we can do is set it to, you can see here we have a, I'll show that in a minute. We have a 24-hour mode, which essentially it'll get brighter, dimmer, and change colors like the natural sunlight would as the day goes on. So you leave it on 24/7 and it goes through a natural setting, and you can adjust that as well if you want it to be on a different kind of setting than the default. So we'll take a look at that, and we're going to take a look at exactly how this looks, not to the human eye but to the plants as well, comparatively. Alright guys, day 2 of testing this light. I had some things come up yesterday, so I couldn't do it all in one take, which happens, but it's actually a good thing, because now we get to do more extensive testing. So behind me, at the top, we have the original Hygger lights. I'll put a link to those in the description. Below me, we have the grow lights, and in my bottom left here, it's not turned on, but we have the new advanced 24/7 planted Hygger LED light. Right. So, as you can probably kind of see, these look a little different to the human eye, just a little bit. We're going to go over that in more detail in editing. But what we're talking about here is the color temperature. Now, you probably don't know too much about this, and you might know more than I do. Either way is fine. What that's really talking about is the Kelvin of the lights and what the output is. So when you see 5500K, 6500K, 7500K on your lights, that's the color temperature. So a lower color temperature towards sub 5000 is going to have a red, orange, yellow hue. The higher the color temperature, higher the Kelvin, it's going to have a more blue hue. So traditionally, most plants like a bluish hue, kind of like a more of a ideally you want a natural light spectrum. What does the sun give off? That's what we're going to be going for here. So that would be around probably 55 to 6500K. Now these lights are much lower than that. You can see the kind of orange-red off-put. And that's good for some things and not so great for others. The cool thing about the Hygger light is you can control, to a degree, the color temperature. Because you can select, if you only want red light, you can do that. If you want, you know, a red-blue light, blurple, purple, whatever, you can do that. So you can make it fit the needs for what you're trying to do, as where these other lights, you can't. And even to some degree, these lights up here, you can only do so much. These cycle between full spectrum, white, and then red-blue. So blurple, basically, is what we call that. This new one we're going to be trying out here in a second, you do all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to quit talking and show you guys what I mean in the editing process. So just turning off the grow lights for now and comparing the two Hygger lights, you can tell this light has a much more powerful and rich light spectrum. We can see that just in the colors the plants now give off and the tank gives off. I think this is probably the nicest light I've ever tested. I've owned, oh my goodness, flue balls, top fins, you know, default stuff that comes with tanks. I've had iridescent ones, or whatever they're called, incandescent. I've tried a bunch of lights. I haven't really gone to the extreme top end because I didn't want to spend, you know, $500,000 for a light. I don't run a coral tank, I run a freshwater planted tank. It's not really necessary. For the price, I think it's like listed at $55 for this size. This is a steal, especially when you get 20% off. But you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. The one thing we haven't played with very much is the 24/7 mode. And I will do that. It's going to be hard to film, but I'll let you know what I think of it. Because it does completely change colors and intensity based on the time of day. It's meant to be left on. And so you come down at 8 a.m., maybe it's a little bit of an orange, a dim orange light. And then by noon, it looks like this. And then by the evening, it's a cool blue at 50%. And that gives you a full range, a natural range for your plants and fish. And it's gonna be pretty cool. So let's just go ahead and hit the button right now. And I haven't programmed it yet or done anything. Let's see what it does out of the box. So, okay, yeah, my guess was right. It starts with like a cool orange. So like this would be like the sunrise. And then over the next 12, 18 hours, it's gonna completely change how that looks. Which I'm gonna do a little cliff note at the end of this video. I'm gonna let this run for the day and tell you what I think. Alright, here's an up close view of what it would look like. Sorry about the glare, that's just nothing I can do about that at the moment. But that's how it would look, and we can see up here, it's kind of like a morning light yellow orange. And this is how it would come on, and then it's gonna change over the next couple hours. So we'll come back and take another look. Alright guys, so it's been about 2 hours. And we can see here we have moved past the morning sunlight and into full spectrum. So we started about 8 a.m. This is 10 a.m. and yeah, we can see the 24/7 mode is progressing. We'll check back here in a couple more hours. Alright, so it's noon. It's been another 2 hours. We're gonna keep checking on this every 2 hours and do updates. And we can't really tell a huge difference at the moment. Maybe it's a little brighter, but this makes sense. If it's hit its midday rotation, it's going to be on full blast, full spectrum, and I mean, honestly, this light just looks great. It really does. I'll probably end up transitioning from grow lights to these on all my tanks that are using the grow lights. Alright guys, it's been another few hours. 24/7 mode still going on high or full spectrum. The next edit, I'll let you know how many hours it's been total since we turned it on, and we're just gonna wait until it starts dimming. So we'll be back then. Alright guys, so we actually looked at the button since we put it on 24/7 mode, and this will help out a lot. So it's actually on a 22-hour light cycle, and we can change that by pressing the button. So here's what it would look like. Here, besides me and the reflection, is what it would look like. And we're getting a little bit of background light from all the other lights, but it goes to a starry night blue, like you would have from a moon reflection or something like that. So that is the 24-hour cycle, and that is adjustable. So if you started it at like, it's like a 18 or 19-hour cycle. So if you would set it at 6 a.m., it's going to end earlier, and if you set it at 10 a.m., it's going to end later. And that's just done by rotating, when you start the button or what cycle you want it on. The other thing I think we didn't talk about is it has built-in timers that will reoccur every, it'll auto turn off and on, and you can set that for, let's see what this one does. I know the other one had some other ones here. This one is, okay, yeah, the same as the other one. Okay, yeah, it's the same as the other one, that it has a 6-hour, a 10-hour, and a 12-hour auto timer for light. So you can adjust that and not have to worry about it. You don't need any fancy smart plugs or anything like that. The timer itself has a light built in. Pretty cool, guys. So overall, what do we think of this light? I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10 for quality, options, and spectrum. I think no matter what kind of tank you're running, besides maybe a coral tank, which this isn't for, it's for freshwater plants. This is one of the best lights on the market at the best price on the market for the quality and what you're getting. In fact, even if we disregard quality, you'll be hard pressed to find a light cheaper than this one for the amount of things you get for it. I mean, we can just see, here's also a good light, is another Hygger light, great light. But it doesn't look like this tank. And it could, if I just moved the light up there. So I will probably be replacing the grow lights in the future with more of these. And I think it'd be cool to have them running, like the whole racks running on the 24/7 mode. I think that'd be something that's kind of neat to do. Try it out, see how it goes. But yeah, no, I don't care if you have 1 tank or 50 tanks, this is a great light. And you should check it out if you're interested in the market for a light. You can see it on our website. We'll link to the Hygger AQQA website, or just go to their website directly. All of the links for this light and the stores involved will be in the description. Check it out, guys. It is well worth $50 plus a discount code, so less than that. And the shipping's free and fast. So I don't have anything bad to say at all. It's an amazing light. Check it out. Thanks, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time.